What's going on, you guys? Cody here, back for another video. I just woke up. I was fine. Yeah, you can be in the video. I'm really tired, but I'm excited. Finally, don't have to deal with Copenhagen Southern Blend. Pick me up a can of some wintergreen. I'm pissed. I don't know if the Camel cans are done, but the last couple cans of fucking wintergreen I've been getting are like the old cans. My face looks so pale. All about putting it up. Y'all gonna dip with me? Cheers. I've been trying to dip, like, throwing pinches like I've seen other people do it. Like where they like, here, I'll try it. It always falls apart in my mouth. They like that. And they like hook it around their lip. But always falls apart. My dog's always here being obnoxious. But anyways, today, kind of running out of, ideas for videos, but I wanted to tell you about another time I really fucked up my head. So this is over this year's, or last year's summer. I just drooled all myself and I coughed. Anyways, so I went to this camp for, like, it was called Vermont Trans, so it was like all the transit vehicles and, like, everything, dump trucks and shit. So I did that, and it was like, you like stayed there for 2 weeks, and you stayed overnight in a college. And it was like a big college up in the big city in Vermont. So we went on this bike ride. So I asked my heat. So we walked into the city, and we got all rented bikes, and like they paid for it. And they're like, yeah, you can either bike 21 miles, you can bike 10 miles. I like biking, so I bike 21. And so you bike up the bike path, hit a dead end, and then it's just shore. There's just a lot of water. It's pretty sick. I remember that part. On my way down, I remember I was riding that like a mountain bike. Took my helmet off on the way down. I was sitting there, I was on the phone with my mom, FaceTiming her, and then, I don't know. Then we're going down to this beach to have a cookout after everybody was done in the marathon. And I remember I put my helmet back on because the instructor, or like one of the counselors, was like, oh, I want you guys wearing your helmets. I was like, okay. So I put the helmet on, and I remember I was just about to finish, and I was going down this hill on my phone, and I looked down at my phone. Then all of a sudden, like, I hit a pothole with my front end, and it had really skinny tires because it was like a cycling bike. I remember flipping the bike. I smashed my head off the ground. I remember getting, like, laying there for a minute. I remember this guy that was behind me in a car got up, and he's like, yeah, you alright? I'm like, yeah. And I was like, Mom, I just got in a crash. And she's like, oh, blah, 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 blah. And I hung up. And then I walked down to the beach with my friends with the bike. The bike was fucked up. And I remember my head hurt so bad. And the scariest thing is my buddies call me Scuzzy, and I remember there's this really cute girl, and I went and sat next to her, and I was like, yeah, I just dumped my bike. My face was bleeding, my whole arm, I have a big, when I get cold out in the winter, I had this big scar right here. I had road rash all here, all down my legs, and I went over to the counselor. I was like, yeah, I just dumped my bike. My face was gushing blood. And so they call EMTs. I was pissed. And I was like, yeah, I don't really remember anything. And I went over to my friend, they call him Bear. I was like, what the hell is my name? And he's like, Scuzzy. I'm like, alright. So the EMT's like, what's your name? I was like, Scuzzy. And then one of the counselors like, no, his name's Cody. But they call him Scuzzy. And then I remember they kept touching me. And I was getting, this is the point. I don't like going to the doctors. I don't like being touched. I was fucking ripping. I was pissed. I cracked my phone. I was pissed. They kept touching me. I was like, just give me the fucking thing. I can wipe my face off. And then they're like, oh, you don't have to be rude. And then they were like talking about bringing me to the hospital. And I had a really bad concussion. The next day I skipped and just laid in bed all day. That's how bad my head hurt. And it hurt. I had to pay like $80 to fix the bike, which I didn't really mind about. I was more worried about my phone. I had road rash on my ear, all right here. I had a big cut right there. And I remember it hurting a lot. And the thing is, I've had a really bad concussion before. I was running up my cellar stairs, and there's a cast iron handle on the roof, or on the ceiling. I was running up the stairs to get napkins because I got WD-40 all over my hands. I fucking nailed my head against that. Oh, I fucking fell back. My friend's like, yo, you alright? Fucking blood gushing down my face. I had to get 8 stitches. No, not staples. I was hurt. I was like, Dad, do I need to go to the hospital? He's like, nope, you're fine. My mom comes in, she's like, yeah, I'm bringing you to the hospital. I was pissed. But I remember having a really bad concussion. Like, even like light hurt my eyes. So I remember going back to the room. I was bunked with that kid named Bear. And there was this kid that was 18, and I was like, yo, you walk to the store when everybody goes to sleep and get me a can. He's like, yeah. He got me a can, a Grizzly Straight. I remember just laying in bed with a dip in, all the lights off, and just laying there. I remember I used to go in the shower and just sit there and have the water run in my face. Like, it hurt like a son of a bitch. I don't remember it, but I guess I Snapchatted it to my friends. Like, yeah, I just got in a bike accident. And I think what really did it, which is kind of stupid of me, I was on my phone, which I don't really recommend. So I was only like riding with one hand, and I wasn't riding with my dominant hand. So when I hit the pothole, I lost balance and dumped it. But I don't know. The EMTs really pissed me off, and I'm kind of glad they're there. And they said I did have a really bad concussion, and I had to fucking miss the barbecue. And then they wouldn't let me ride back to camp, which pissed me off. My phone's ringing. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Like, favorite, subscribe. That was a little story about how I hit my head. See y'all later.